Hello, good morning, afternoon, evening, day, and or night, whoever you are, wherever you are. Thanks for coming in. I see we got Therese in chat. Hello. I see we've also got Tom in chat. Hello also. Thank you for coming in. Hope you guys are all doing well, as I am. I am doing quite well. I'm glad to report that my banana bread mojo did come back last Friday. I went and made a very, very awesome loaf of banana bread. I'm gonna also make banana bread tonight and see if I can see if my mojo is actually back. This is our test night. See, Glenn has just showed up. Greetings, Glenn. Thanks for coming in. And yes, thank you all for being here. I'm the Mad Poet. You are an audience. We are the Mad Poet Society. We're doing a show tonight. We're playing my 52nd album. It's called City of Souls. And it is the same album I played earlier today at the noon show. Had a very fun show at the noon show. And I did want to let people know that for the next few months, my noon shows are up in the air. I will likely not be doing them because I have been called in for jury duty. So I will be judging people. And I like doing that. So that'll be fun. So yeah, noon shows will be very hit and miss. So the 8 o'clock shows will still be on as per usual. Nothing should change there. And that's what's going on in the Mad Poet world. So this is one of two albums that I did not get the name in my normal way. This came from the video game City of Heroes, and in that game there is a map called First Ward, and inside... No, Night Ward. Is it First Ward or Night Ward? Pretty sure it's in Night Ward. There's an area called City of Souls, and that's where I got the title for this song. And yeah, that's all I got. Let's play some more music. We'll slow it down a little bit here. This next piece is called Corroded Minds. indeed. Just want to check something on my lights here real quick. Tried something slightly different at the startup today. Oh, it looks like we're all good. We're good here. Cool. Looks like someone pulled a ham. Who pulled a ham? Oh, Glenn pulled a hamstring last Friday, and the back of his leg is black and blue, about 4 inches. Oh, that hurts. Oh, black and red. That sounds like a bad time, Glenn. I'm sorry to hear that. I have had that kind of thing before, and from my experience, it was never a ton of fun. So I hope that you hope the pain eases soon, and that you are back on your feet, so to speak. Hamstring on ice sounds like an interesting drink. Yes, it does. Yes, it does indeed. All right. So what do we got going on here? Playing my 52nd album. That last song was in F minor, and the next song is also in F minor. I feel like I kind of noticed on this album, as I was playing it earlier, I was kind of noting that I seem to have been on a bit of an F minor and also a bit of a Locrian kick around this time frame. So there's a bit of that going on. And I really do like F minor on the guitar. There's something about the positions that I find myself in that just kind of works for my stylistic approach. And I don't remember which. I think this song might actually change keys. I felt there's a song coming up that's got like a bunch of different keys in it. It goes from like some F minor to E minor to some D Locrian or something. I don't remember. I basically, as I said before, I don't have these songs memorized, so I just watch it as it goes along. So let's play this. This next one is called At the Gates of the Empire. At the gates of the Empire. Ha. Looks like Gak and Virgil are just kind of chatting, so awesome tune, Randy. Thank you very much. I appreciate the compliment. I'm not sure what they're talking about with locks, so I will let them do their own thing there. Cool. Have a good time with your locks. Locks of hair, locks for doors, boat locks. I don't know what they got going on here. I think there's a shellfish called a lock, but that's spelled with an E, so probably not that. Nonetheless, appropriate for Mad Poet stuff. All right. I got nothing to say. We're just going to play some more music. This next piece is called At the Mercy of the Antagonist. All right. See, so Verge said it's something about making functional locks out of wood. That's really cool. I can totally see Tom doing that. He is... So, for years, these guys have been doing this Halloween thing. I've gone to it, probably, 6 or 8 times. And they just go like all out, crazy style, setting up for these Halloween parties. I mean, they build a crazy haunted house with secret doors. I mean, in their basement. Haunted house, secret doors, things you gotta get through, figure out puzzles to find the actual party. It's crazy. And it's amazing what they do. And Tom has always been a very big part of building that stuff. It's really awesome. And I have a feeling that these locks that he's making out of wood will be extremely cool. Any poetry tonight at Randolph the Mad Poet? Yeah, let's do that. Let's do so after maybe after this next song. We'll do a poem here. What else do we got? What was the name of my it was the Blood of the Guitar is the one you're thinking of. Yep. And I think I did that last week or the week before. I did not read any of this in the afternoon show, so yeah, we'll after the collapsing wall, we'll do that. Thank you very much for the compliments. I much appreciated. Very cool. And more stuff about locks. Yeah. Nicely played. Thank you very much. Okay, so yeah, we are up to speed with the chat. We will do a poem. The last poem I read was The Blood of the Guitar. And this next song is The Collapsing Wall. All right, poetry time. Let's catch up on chat real quick. Sad to hear about Holmes. I'm not familiar with that reference. And then Gak says, that was a shock to hear about. Was that Bill and Sandy? I'm guessing this is a personal thing, but I could be wrong. Oh yeah, okay, so there must have been something. Didn't get to his 90s. Well, 89 years is a pretty long life. I hope that he had a good one. 89 years is pretty good and long. All right, fog machine is working well. Yes, my fog machine is not caught on fire in a very long time. I'm very pleased about that. No fog machine fires. Some of the people watching tonight were on the show when that fog machine fire did happen, which was probably about a year and a half ago now. It's been a while. And I experimented with some other ideas that worked so-so. And then my parents sent me this fog machine for free. I believe it was, my mom said it was my dad's idea. This one has worked out much better. And I have not had to run screaming out of the room trying to put out a fire and throw this out of the house up 13 stairs and through 3 doorways, because that wasn't very fun. I know, hard to believe, isn't it? That wasn't fun for me. All right, so pulling up a poem here. What do we got? Not that one. That one's too long. I can't read this one either. I'm laughing at this because this was actually Doc, who is a normal, a common viewer in our chat, actually sent. So he had showed some of my poetry to a friend of his, who apparently has a nickname of Squirrel. And Squirrel, I don't remember what Squirrel's response was, but he wrote a poetic, I read some of Squirrel's poetry, and then I wrote this poetic response. And God, I can't read that one to you. 17, I've got this collection of 17 haikus in a collection that I call 17 Haikus. Can't read a single one to you. I do have some other haikus that I have read. Oh, here's one of my haikus that I can read for you. This is called the Suck Haiku. I'll read another one after this because its haikus are so short. This haiku may suck, but I'm not feeling clever, so I'll write some junk. Blood of the guitar, the cash. What is Torment of Souls? That's what I can do. All right, let's do Torment of Souls. This makes me think of the Princess Bride with the pit of despair. I just recently reread one of my favorite books. It's called The Silent Gondoliers, and it's written by William Goldman, the same gentleman who wrote The Princess Bride. And The Silent Gondoliers is just awesome. If an average speed reader could probably read it in less than 2 hours. It's really short. It's just a novella. And it's basically the story of Luigi and how he affected the people around him, and why gondoliers no longer sing. It's just a very fun book. And so I'd say my favorite books are the Hitchhiker's Guide series and the Silent Gondoliers. I'd been reading Musashi, which is just huge. And then Sarah and I got sick in December, and I was like, I can't do this. This is a heavy book. No. So I put that aside. I read a book by David Byrne about music, which was really cool. Reread the entire Hitchhiker's Guide series. Then I reread Silent Gondoliers. So just about a week ago, I jumped back into Musashi. I'm a little more than halfway through that now. man, it's a big book. Musashi, by word count, is almost half the length of the entire Harry Potter series. It's a big book, but it's really cool. I'm totally digging the book. It is awesome. So there's that. Let's read a poem here. This is called Torment of Souls. Into proper poetry reading format here. Torment of Souls. Insignificant desire. Quiet voices. And I laugh. A tired sigh. Hot, soft love will deepen in solace. Senses broken, mind tortured, misplaced desire. Pleasure was in my voice, my laugh, my body, and my soul is lost. Beyond desire, I'd laugh. The end of anything changes time, but the end is elsewhere. The end is nothing. And Tom says, I should check out the book Storyteller by Dave Grohl. That actually, I have downloaded that. It is on my list of books to read. I don't know if I've got it in my Kindle yet, but I do have it downloaded. And I really like Grohl a lot. I may have mentioned this before. I basically became a fan of Dave Grohl through watching his interviews and stuff. And then I became a fan of Foo Fighters and Dave Grohl's music in general. So I just really like his attitude toward making music, being a musician, and so many musicians I know just never do music. They can tell me all about their favorite television show that they're watching for the third time. They can tell me about the video games they've been playing. But I'm like, hey, can you play that scale? Oh, no, I can't do it. I've got time to practice that, man. And Grohl is just like, he does music. And that's just awesome. Too many musicians don't do music. So, yeah, I appreciate people like Dave. He seems like a cool guy. And I hope that that's correct. But what is definitely cool is that, ladies and gentlemen, we have arrived at the G sharp minor portion of the show. You are welcome. The song is called Illuminated Dreams. All right. G-sharp minor in the queue. You are absolutely worthy, Tom. You are absolutely worthy. Dr. Gack, tip to $5. Bunny Rabbit, no pancakes here. Thank you very much, Glenn. Greatly appreciated. All tippers, all viewers, listeners, friends, followers, enemies, anyone that's watching, thank you very much. I do appreciate you being here and taking part. And Therese is working on a 70-page marketing plan for her final, currently on page 32. It's almost halfway, it ain't bad. You're getting there. You can make this happen. I have faith in you. All right. So I was out for a run yesterday. Went out for a run. I was going to go just for a lighter run. And kind of went out this new way. I took this road that I thought would cross over to where I normally run. It did not. So I ended up going about, I was planning on doing like 3 or 4 miles. I ended up doing, I think, around 6. And found a road that's out. All I saw was a sign for it. So my next trip is going to be to head up this, it says bridge out, road closed to through traffic. So I'm going to keep running that path until I find the bridge. I don't know, it might be 1 mile further than I went, it might be 8 miles, I have no idea. I'm going to keep running until I find it. But as I was running back in, I thought of this next song. I was like, I haven't played that in a while. I want to play that. So that's why we're playing this album today. For those who may be coming in a little late, I'm the Mad Poet. You are an audience. We are the Mad Poet Society. Today we're playing my 52nd album. It's called City of Souls. And this next song, the one I've been wanting to play for over 24 hours. Well, I did play it earlier, and I practiced it last. I haven't played it a bunch lately now. But this is the reason we're doing this. This song is called After Hours in the Blackwood Mortuary. After Hours in the Blackwood Mortuary. As I mentioned in my earlier show, that song title came from a pardon me. Originally, that song title was intended for what I believe is my 12th album, which is called The Croaking Blackbird Mystery. And all of the titles for that album came from a book chapter title generator. And so that was like a really fun way to kind of get a concept going. And I've done that for at least 2 albums. I did that for Croaking Blackbird Mystery, and I also did that for Solipsistic Symphony, which I believe is my 41st album. And that's one I've also been thinking that I'd like to work up. If I recall, I haven't heard Solipsistic Symphony for a long time, but if I recall correctly, I really enjoyed some of the tunes on there. I mean, I like my own music. I know that some people think that's narcissistic or whatever, but I do. I think people should be fans of their own work. Glenn says, I really like that tune. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that. It is, I feel like that's one of those, okay, let me back up a step. I've been asked the question many times, what the, kind of relationship is between the name of the song and the feeling. It doesn't mean anything. Where's the hidden symbolism? And no. I've said before, my song titles don't mean anything. They don't. And I've had some people really kind of dig in and try to find meaning in the song titles. Oh, he must be like this. And no, they mean nothing. They really do. Like I've said, if people were to judge my personality based on nothing but my song titles, they would really be wrong about me. It'd be way off the mark. But I will admit that particular song does feel like After Hours in the Blackwood Mortuary. That's a very appropriate title for what happened in that song. And this next one kind of is too, so this was a terrible time to talk about this, but I'm the mad poet and that's what I do, so there we are. I actually skipped this song in the early show because it's one of those songs, it's so slow it's actually kind of hard to play. And in the early show, I was like, I don't feel like playing this. So I just skipped it. So we're going to play it here tonight. We've got 2 songs left tonight. For anyone who may be coming in late, I am the Mad Poet. You are an audience. We are the Mad Poet Society. This is the kind of show that we do here. Usually a lot of fun. I always have a good time. One of the few times I didn't have a good time was the time that my smoke machine caught on fire. That was a less good time. But so far tonight, no fires. Hoping that continues that way because I like not having things in my house on fire. If you like what you see or hear here tonight, go to themadpoet.net. That's my website. All 64 of my current albums are available. You can listen to them for free on there. There are also links to websites where you can support me if you are so inclined to so do. So we're going to slow it way down here. This piece is called In the Presence of the Dawn. Going all right. I see we got some talk of the smoke machine day on here. What do we got here? Well, yeah. You did all have a good time when my smoke machine caught on fire. Less fun for me in the moment. And the show, yes, did end quite abruptly. And generally speaking, yes, I do have an all ages friendly show. I know that there are some kids who come in and watch my show occasionally. I've got some students who are kids, and I want their parents to be comfortable with their children being here. And so some of them are quite young. You know, I've got some, I think my youngest might be 9 or 10 right now. So probably 10. I've had students as young as 5 years old and students into their 80s. So not many of the much younger kids right these days, because I found that now that I'm strictly online, I no longer teach in person. And that's not a result of the pandemic, but a result of moving to the middle of nowhere, where there aren't going to be enough people in this small town to actually support a music teacher. So I was very fortunate that I think I only lost one student when we moved over here. Everyone else went online. And some of them already, I've been teaching online for like 15, 12, 14, 15, a long time. It works really well. Yeah, Teresa's son watches. He's 7, and he's been watching since he was probably 5. He's probably been watching for about 2 years now. We're coming up on the 2-year anniversary. I was talking about my youngest students, not my youngest viewers. So my youngest student currently is, I think, 10. And my youngest student ever was 5. I've had several 5, 6, 7-year-olds. They're so cute. Yeah, I'm visually a little intimidating to very young children at first. So they see, I'm 6 feet tall, bald beard, and so 6-year-olds are a little scared of me at first. First couple lessons. Take some time to warm up to me. We usually end up becoming buddies, though. So that's what we got. So yes, so I usually do try to keep my shows relatively family friendly, but that particular day, family friendly went right out the window, which I was not far from jamming that fire machine through the window. These windows don't actually. This house is 84 years old. It's an awesome house. We just are so thrilled that we live here. But these windows have not been open in decades, and they do not open. But to save the house from catching on fire, I will absolutely break them bastards. I will do that. So that was a thought that went through. The thing I didn't think of was there's a fireplace right there. It's covered up now. At the time, I could have thrown it in there, and that would have saved me some time. And there was also a fire extinguisher in the room right next to me that I could have ran out and gotten. But you think of these things after the fact, and not at the time. That's one of the problems with dealing with emergencies. If you don't do it all the time, you don't know what to do. And that's the only time I've ever had to deal with a flaming smoke machine. No, okay, anyway, end of that story. It was a good time, and I'm glad that we still have the videos up for it. Last song of the evening. Thank you all very much for coming in. If you're coming in a little late, I am the Mad Poet. You are an audience. We are the Mad Poet Society. We're playing my 52nd album tonight. It is called City of Souls. We're going to jump into some C sharp minor. This last song is called Eulogy to Grief. All right, Tom, thank you very much for the tip. Greatly appreciated. Thank you. And Glenn, also, thank you for your tip on our way out here. Thank you for all of our tippers. If I had any new followers or chatters that I missed, my apologies. That was not my intent. I do try to address things as they come up, but sometimes I miss them because I'm busy rocking. I had a good time tonight. I hope you guys did as well. I will be back next Friday at 8 o'clock. Will most likely not be doing my noon show, as I mentioned earlier, because of jury duty. So I will be doing that, and I will see you guys there, hopefully. There still could be some random weekday streams, and I don't know when those will be because, they're random. It's what we do. It's what we do here at the Mad Poet Society. I'm the Mad Poet. You are an audience. Thank you very much for being here. I'll be back next Friday. Good night. Whatever you do, do it well. And I will see you on the other side.